I've been working with some clients and wanted to share some very important aspects of persuasive presentations. So, if you are attempting to persuade people to join your courses and you are struggling to get people there, um, I'm happy to help you with that, getting people in seats. But if you are working on presenting that information, one of the most important things, and I'm going to say this over and over and over again, you'll hear me say this so much. I have no idea why this is so close to me. I'm not that close to the camera, but it's know who you're talking to. Get very, very, very specific about who you're talking to and what you are asking them to do. And this is a struggle, right? Especially when we're talking about things that really matter for everyone. E- Everyone benefits from learning about effective communication. Everyone benefits from learning about the importance of diversity, equity, inclusion, social and emotional learning, critical thinking, all of those. I mean, the systems that we're living in, all of us benefit from that. So figuring out who your audience is often really challenging for people because, you know, just anybody. I just want anybody there. I want everybody there because it would be beneficial to everybody. But I would say, this is your homework is think about who you would most enjoy having in the room with you and talk to that person. Who is your favorite person you've ever taught? Who is the most desirable student? And then the next step when you think about them is what specifically about that student did you like working? I mean, what was it that you liked having them in the room for? And start building out who that ideal client is for you. Because the more specific you can get, the more tailored your messaging can be so that it's incredibly clear. And for me, if I'm helping you market, so if I'm going out and hyping up what you're doing, I need the answer to that question because I need to know who I'm talking to. So if you really love teaching young undergraduate students who are just getting started, that's a big difference from working with graduate students. If you are an early childhood educator and you really enjoy working with young children, what age and what demographics? Because the more specific we can get, the more we can tailor that message and the more that we can speak directly to that audience. And everything gets better in your messaging. So with the clients that was working with earlier today, the common theme that I see is sort of this generalized talking to everyone. And I'm going to give you an example for myself. I want to talk to educators who've been targeted by anti-woke propaganda. I very specifically want to talk with those people because I am one of those people. And I understand what it is like to be at the center of that level of highly traumatizing propaganda. And first and foremost, we need community. Right? We need other people so that we know that we're not alone. It was incredibly isolating when I was going through it, and to know that there could be a community for people when this continues happening to others for them to come to is essential for me. That is one of the most important reasons that I want to have our Thursday night meetups for educators. Does that mean no other educators can come? Of course not. But the key to speaking directly to that group of people is then I can tailor my message to them. One of the things that is going to happen is, especially for those who've been targeted and fired, is they are going to realize how hard it is to get another job. And over and over again, I keep talking to educators who've been targeted, and I did the same thing. You think I'll hide out for a little while, I'll go off the grid, and then I'll come back, I'll re-enter society, and then I'll be able to, just get another job. And it is simply not that easy to overcome the level of propaganda that the machine puts out. And so what? So what do we do? How do we approach that? And everyone's needs are going to be different. But one of the things that I have found is most of us want to keep teaching, and a lot of us want to teach outside of the institution because we realize the institution is fucked. And it's bought and paid for just like everything else. And so then enter solo entrepreneurship. And this is the path that people go down. Okay, well, if I can't teach in the classroom, I'm going to teach on my own. And then you start figuring out, okay, what would I teach? You put it all together, maybe spend a ton of time creating, taking your coursework from the classroom and translating that. Now you have to get people in seats. Now you have to become a sales and marketing person. And so then you realize you do not have that skill set. And this is why I want people who are deciding to teach outside of academia to come here, come to the Rebel Educator Alliance, and let us hype you. Let us promote your courses for you, because you need to be in the classroom. You need to be teaching people the things that you are expert at teaching. That your subject area is what you need to be focused on. Developing the most powerful and transformational content that you possibly can, and offering that, and being part of a community of people who are uplifting your voice and helping you get that message out. What you do not need to do is pay coaches and, you know, go through all of the different training to try to become a salesperson, to try to become a marketing person. There are many of us out here who that is what we do. I say it all the time. I am a professional hype person. I will absolutely find your audience for you, and I will train others on our team to do the same. And we will work together to do that. So that is the dream. That is the vision at Rebel Educator Alliance, is that the educators educate and the hype team hypes. So join us on Thursday nights. If you want an invite to that, just let me know. I will send a link so that you can sign up. And I'll do this Rebel Roundup on Fridays. And just, my idea here is to kind of recap some of the things that have been coming up. If you want to do it on your own, if rugged individualism still has a grip on you and you want to develop your own thing, you can do that. And I can also help you get really good at developing your messaging so that you can go out there and do that. But when you get tired and you realize it is incredibly difficult to do everything on your own, to manage the community, to manage the platform, to manage the website, to do all of the marketing, to try to be on social media as much as possible, when you realize all of the operations of business are exhausting and keep you from doing what you love, that's when I want you to come here, because that is what we are doing here. Is we're developing the team of people who will market your products, market your courses, market your coaching, so that you just teach. Okay. Come see us on Thursday nights. If you can't make Thursday nights, let me know, and we will find another time to get together and talk about how we can work together. Okay. Have a great weekend.